Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga, the action-packed game developed by Lee Game that's got everyone on the edge of their seats. If you're looking to become the ultimate Jujutsu sorcerer, you're in the right place. We're about to break down the ultimate tier list for this game, so you'll know exactly which characters to pick to build the most powerful team. Whether you're all about those high-speed battles or mastering the coolest Jujutsu techniques, we've got you covered. Stick around as we walk you through the best characters in the game and give you all the tips you need to defeat your enemies and protect humanity. Trust me, you don't want to miss this if you're serious about climbing the ranks and becoming a Jujutsu legend. Grab some snacks, settle in, and let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Kasumi Miwa, Momo Nishimiya, Togi, Ultimate Meshimaru, Isu, and Jiro Awasaka. Alright, so let's talk about the D tier characters in Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga. You know, these are the characters that you probably don't want on your team unless you're trying to make things harder for yourself. Sure, they might look cool or have that one interesting ability, but trust me, their overall performance just doesn't cut it. It's like bringing a slingshot to a sorcerer's fight. You can do it, but why would you? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're completely useless. D tier characters might have that one very specific scenario where they could shine, like if the stars align and all your better units are down. But realistically, you're going to be struggling with these guys more than succeeding. You'll find yourself thinking, why did I even put them in the lineup? So, unless you're into the whole challenge of using underdogs, I'd say steer clear. If you're serious about climbing the ranks in Jujutsu Battles, prioritizing higher tier characters is the way to go. You don't want to spend precious resources upgrading someone who's barely pulling their weight, right? Focus on building a strong team and leave these D tier picks for when you're really bored or feeling adventurous. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Nanami, Megumi Fushiguro, Sav Shiguro, Yori Hazanoki, Miguel Lordual, Mai Zenian, Nasuhya Zenin, and Aoi Todo. Alright, let's dive into the C tier characters in Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga. Now don't get me wrong, these characters aren't terrible by any means, they're just okay. Think of them as that friend who always shows up to the party, but never really steals the spotlight. They're reliable in a pinch, but might start to hold you back as you progress further into the game. These guys can be solid early on, but the higher up you go, the more you'll feel like they're just missing something, you know what I mean? Now, the thing with C tier characters is that they usually have some niche ability or a quirk that can be fun to mess around with. But when the stakes are high, you're probably better off choosing someone from a higher tier. It's like going to battle with a wooden sword when everyone else is rocking laser beams. Sure, you can still win, but why make it harder on yourself? They might be useful in very specific situations, but those moments are few and far between. So, if you're aiming for the top, you'll want to move past these guys sooner rather than later. That being said, I get it. Maybe you have a soft spot for one of them, and that's totally cool. Sometimes the underdogs can surprise you, but just be prepared to swap them out when the going gets tough. These characters are stepping stones. Use them while you can, but don't get too attached because the B tier and A tier options are where the real action starts. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Sukuna, Choso, Noritoshi Kamo, Masamichi Yaga, Yoshinobu Gakuganji, Maki Zenin, Reggie Star, Takuma Ino, Rika Orimoto, Dagon, Panda. Alright, let's dive into the B tier characters of Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga. Now, these guys aren't exactly top tier powerhouses, but don't sleep on them. They can hold their own with the right strategy. Think of them as your reliable sidekicks. Maybe not the flashy main hero, but they have moments where they can absolutely shine. If you're smart about it, they'll bring solid value to your team, especially if you're still hunting for those elusive S or SS tier characters. Now, here's the thing. B tier characters are all about balance. They've got decent power, moderate skills, and while they won't dominate every match, they're not going to let you down either. You just need to play to their strengths and know when to deploy them. Got a tricky situation or a specific battle scenario? That's when your B tier lineup can step up and surprise you. It's all about the right timing and positioning. Don't expect them to be game breakers, but expect them to get the job done when it counts. If you've got some S tier or SS tier characters, B tier might feel a little underwhelming, but here's the deal. Sometimes you need versatility. These characters can fill gaps in your team and offer support when you're lacking in certain areas. And hey, not everyone has the luxury of a stacked lineup, right? So if you're still working on unlocking the heavy hitters, these B tier picks will definitely help keep your game steady and competitive. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Shoko Yeri, Yuta Okotsu, Satoru Gojo, Hanami, Nobara Kugisaki, and Junpei Yoshino. Alright, let's talk about the A tier characters in Jujutsu Battles, Tokyo Saga. These are the ones who are just a step below the S tier powerhouses, but honestly, they still pack a serious punch. If you don't have those top tier beasts in your lineup, these A tier characters are your go-to picks. They're strong, dependable, and can easily hold their own in intense combat situations. I mean, they might not break the game like S tier characters, but they're definitely more than capable of carrying your team to victory. What I love about the A tier characters is that they're the perfect balance between power and reliability. You can trust them to dish out some serious damage, take hits like a champ, and still keep the fight going. They're not too overpowered, but they'll definitely make a noticeable difference in your battles. Whether you're up against tricky enemies or just looking to breeze through some tough quests, these characters are the backbone of your team, stepping up when you need them most. So, if you're looking to build a team but haven't landed those elusive S tier champions yet, don't sweat it. A tier characters are more than ready to fill the gap and they'll still get the job done. Plus, they're often more versatile, meaning you can slot them into different strategies without missing a beat. All in all, they might not have the flashiest moves, but they've got that consistent, reliable energy you need to dominate the battlefield. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Utahime Yori, Mahito, Kurusu Hana, Nita Arata, Atsuya Kusakabe, and Mei. Alright, so let's dive right into the top tier characters of Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga. If you're aiming to dominate the battlefield and breeze through the toughest challenges, these S tier characters are your go-to. These guys, absolute beasts. They're not just powerful, they're game changers. Their abilities are so over the top that you'll feel like you're playing on easy mode, even when the game throws its hardest bosses at you. Now, what makes them so special? Well, these characters don't just deal massive damage, they bring a whole package to the table: insane durability, crowd control, and in some cases, healing or support abilities that can turn the tide of any fight. You'll notice that once you have these S tier units on your team, it's like everything just clicks. You're able to take on content that would have been impossible with lower tier characters, and suddenly, those tricky stages, not so tricky anymore. So, if you're looking to up your game, trust me, you need to prioritize getting these characters. They're the ones that will carry you through the toughest parts of Jujutsu Battles Tokyo Saga and make you feel like an unstoppable force. Plus, let's be honest, the video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.